Hey guys, I've got Lynn and Mike back at the studio. Yes, I won't release them. I've got them captive, and while they're here, I'm going to take some portraits. So off we go. Hey everyone, I know what you're thinking. What's this? 2 videos in the space of what? A year? A month? Yes, I am back in the studio today, and on the topic of the previous video, where we were using two beauty dishes, I thought afterwards, maybe I can get Mike and Lynn back at the studio and do something similar, but a bit of a take on clamshell lighting, which I know we don't usually use for male models or gritty male models, but this time what I want to try to attempt is a bit of a soft kicker light at the bottom and a more channeled contrasty look from a beauty dish from above with a grid on the front. So I've got Lynn and Mike back at the studio, and without further ado, I'm going to set up and see if this works. The lens I'm using is a 90mm Sony macro lens on a Sony a7R4. I'm shooting with the trigger, a Photix Odin 2 trigger, and I have the 2 Indra 500 lights. Difference in today's shoot compared to the last one is the change of backdrop and the color palette that Mike has on. This sort of browns and beiges and everything else, which looks very good against the hand-painted backdrop that I have from my good friend Slav at Hand Painted Backdrops. And this is probably only the second time, if not the first time, this backdrop has been used in earnest. I'm just setting up here now with these 2 beauty dishes, and I'm using Photix Indra 500 lights and 2 beauty dishes. The distance, the angle is 45 degrees on each beauty dish. The distance is probably 2 foot, okay? This top one I'm going to put a grid on just to channel some of the light and punch a bit of contrast into Mike's face. This bottom beauty dish doesn't have the grid on the front. It has a more softer feel with just the diffuser. That's going to be a fill light. This bottom beauty dish is a 27-inch beauty dish. The top beauty dish is a 24-inch beauty dish, slightly smaller. So I've got the both of them on stands, one kicker stand, one stand with a small extension arm on, and basically this is usually done in various different ways with reflector and one light, maybe 2 lights. Either way, you can just see the way they are coming now. You have one light above and one light angled below, and it gives a clamshell feel. So obviously for people that like to do things perfect and stick by the book of lighting setups, etc., it's kind of a clamshell. It's our take on a clamshell lighting technique. So yeah, without further ado, we'll try and dial in some settings and get a few shots. I've shot for the ambient light, so I'm on 1/200th of a second, f5.6, and I have a ballpark figure in terms of light settings. The beauty dish above is at 1/32nd of the power, and the beauty dish below is 1/64th of the power. Just making sure I got my lingo right. Here we go. Okay, Mike, I'm just going to take a quick shot. That's perfect, mate. If you can just hold that, that's great. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. And straight off the bat, this is great. This is fantastic. What I would say is I'm half tempted, if I'm honest, to move everything a little bit closer to Mike, and that includes Mike going back against the backdrop just about another 6 inches or so. Okay, there we go, Mike, thank you. And just bring the light in closer above. There we go, and the bottom light again can go in closer below. The idea being, yes, it'll be a bit more balanced, but the background is that special, is that nice, that I really want to get some of the background in. I don't want it dark or too dark so that you can't see the texture and the rich colors. Okay, so we'll try this again. Okay, Mike, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I'm just noticing, oh, wonderful. That's done exactly what I hoped. We've got a real nice smooth highlight down Mike's nose. We have two wonderful catch lights in his eyes. The beard and the hair stand out very well, and I have some light just leaking onto the backdrop, which is A1. Very happy. Do you know what? I think though, I'm gonna go in slightly closer again, because I think this is quite a, even though I'm using a lighting setup that I would perhaps use for female beauty lighting, it does have a real good look and lends itself well to Mike as a character as well. And the good thing is, in the past I've experienced eye tracking and autofocusing on the eye when models wear peaked hats. Now today Mike has a peaked hat on, and the fact that the beauty dish at the bottom, the kicker light, the fact that that is sort of pumping light under Mike's chin, under his nose and his eyes, and just giving us that bit of fill, is doing a remarkable job in the camera, zoning in on Mike's eye. I'll take another shot. Mike, if you can hold that. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Wonderful. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. What I like about it is we got the hair flaring out on the left and right, the beard below. It's not falling off, the light's not falling off because we have the kicker light. We have the light above that's giving two wonderful catch lights. We have the grid on. It's added contrast to the portrait, so we haven't gone for a completely smooth look, if you want. And what it also does as a secondary, it gives us that balance. The peak of his hat has caught the light. We have a bit of rim light around the top, and I know my camera settings, they also run a little bit warm, but that lends itself to the fact that this portrait already on the back of the camera again looks like a painting. Okay guys, that's it. Very happy with the results. Again, another simple lighting setup, and I did take advantage of having Mike and Lynn at my disposal recently, so we could get these two sort of, not tutorials, but a bit more of an understanding of how we work and what we need to do to get the shot. I'm delighted with the final image that you can see on the screen right now. Yes, you can see that we used the both beauty dishes as a sort of clamshell lighting, the one with the grid on the front to give it that bit more punch and a bit more, if you like, a bit more masculinity to the portrait rather than having it completely soft light. I'm over the moon with the image. I think you'll agree it looks quite painterly. I wanted to keep that feel. So yes, I'm afraid I have to let Mike and Lynn go home now, and I hope to catch you soon for another video. Take care.